Hey everybody, it's me, James Kuo. Welcome to my Twitch stream known as James Kuo Draws. Um, Today's kind of momentous because it's my first stream as an affiliate, which kind of opened up a bunch of fun new stuff that we can do. I added some emotes, I added some sound alerts. I think if you look down in the chat, you can start getting channel points and we're going to do some fun stuff with that. I'm still figuring it out. That's probably enough of an intro. Let's go over to the drawing screen. Oh, thank you, Heltran. Okay, let's see. Okay, here's the main screen. This was Gonza from last time. I just sometimes I like to have something on the table so we're not just opening on a totally blank surface. Let me see. So, today we're going to be drawing Jiko, who's a monk in Princess Mononoke, and he's a character that the hero Ashitaka meets early on, and Jiko kind of helps explain a couple of things and guide him on his way early on. And I think I'm just kind of trying to figure out what scene we should do. Like, we did this Gonza, that was sort of near the beginning of the film. I think we're going to kind of stick with that with some Act 1 scenes. So, I do plan on getting out of here around 8:30 Eastern Time, so that gives us about 2 hours to stream, which is kind of perfect, because like an hour to draw in pencil, an hour to draw in ink, and, well, that doesn't leave any time for chatting, so if I pencil a little faster, we can talk a little more. Okay, so I think I should just start moving the pencil. So the scene that I'm thinking of is Ashitaka and Jiko have to flee from a small town to avoid some brigands who have figured out that Ashitaka might have something valuable on him after he like flashes gold around in the market. And so these three guys start following him. Jiko and Ashitaka run away. And so after they've covered enough ground, they set up camp and they cook a meal. And that's kind of the scene that I'm thinking of. I've got the movie over in my other window here, so I was just like watching that scene. I really like Jiko's camp setup. He has like a cool camp stove, and see, he has his umbrella and he has his like wooden box. Not wooden, but like it appears to be woven, and then it has like backpack straps. So I think in the movie, I'm trying not to like copy directly what's there. Like, I'd like to kind of take the scene and like turn it around a little bit. So this might be more like from Ashitaka's point of view. Like, I'm gonna put maybe the campfire down here. I mean, this is all kind of fluid right now until I can figure out the composition. Oh, and I'm looking at the scene, and on the ground are some pretty good sized, like maybe grapefruit sized rocks. And then I think they're taking shelter under some big tree roots. I'm just kind of making notes to myself. I don't know if this is going to end up in the final picture. Oh no, I might have to shrink him down a bit. Okay, let me see. And he's definitely... Okay, he holds the bowl in his left and holds his ladle and chopsticks and everything else in his right hand. Just trying to like not get things too mixed up. Let me see, he does not have his hat on. He has like his head cloth. feel like this happened last time in the Gonza drawing. I was using like normal human proportions, so I drew his nose like down here where it would be, but I think in the world of Ghibli, like this nose is like up almost directly between his eyes. And I think, I'm just thinking how this is going to work out. Like the fire is here, so that's going to be like the main light source in the drawing. So like the top of his head is dark, the tree roots are dark, it's all going to be dark up here. He might be casting a shadow onto his basket backpack. And the weave is sort of like diagonal, sort of crisscrossed like that. Let me think. This head as I've drawn it is going to be like way too big. I'm going to fit the rest of him in here because he is, I think he is like squatting down, but he still has his like wooden sandals on, and those have risers. So that's going to be, those proportions don't quite work. I have to like shrink this down. Okay, so there's a couple interesting moments in the scene. Like there's one, because Jiko definitely like knows more than he's letting on, and so there's like a couple moments where like he examines Ashitaka's bowl. So I wonder if I'll put that in there. And he's like, "Oh, that's a nice bowl. Where'd you get it?" But then Ashitaka knows enough not to say, to like give directions back to his village. He'd also be holding, I guess, Ashitaka shows him the like iron bullet that they pulled out of Nago, the boar that gets cursed, and Rico says he doesn't really know what it is. Can we believe him? Okay. I feel like, did I just erase and then draw the exact same thing on top of what I already did? It's possible. Let's see. What if I kind of work this from the ground up? So the sandals touch here, and then his feet would be here. Because I was kind of starting from his head, and then as I worked down from there, it didn't make a lot of sense. But if I can kind of build up from that base, maybe it'll work out better. All right, so let's see. Those ankles here, and then he's kind of squatting, but like I need to rework these because his legs are sort of, he's like monk spreading. So this needs to change. Let's put toes pointing that way. And then his knee goes up. I think I'm going to try to make this his camp stove like a little bit bigger. So it is closer to us. Surround that with rocks. Suggest that the fire is coming up from underneath. Let's see. And here's Maybe some aroma lines coming up from the pot there. All right. Okay, so then here's kind of his belly sticking out. Robe. I'm not sure. Something seems a little odd with this. I think his posture is like too forward. He needs to be like bent over a little more. Oh, D. Rogers is here. Thanks for stopping by the stream. We're continuing the Princess Mononoke series. Yeah, maybe I'm kind of thinking it'll be the moment when he's examining the bullet and deciding how much to say about it. That seems like a good kind of dramatic turn. Okay. That head size is a little better. I'm trying to think. His head's here. Maybe like his rump would be like here. Yeah, this makes sense. Okay, now that I've kind of like figured out where like his trunk is, like kind of this flattened, soft rectangle shape. Like his belly button would be here. That's like where his chest would be. All right, this is making more sense to me. Let's see. And he does have a loincloth hiding this area. Okay, so now that, okay, this is his pelvis. So his other leg would attach like there. Oh, you're at Emerald City? Oh, is there a Bernard meetup? That's great. I wonder, do you know which of the Chang gang are going to be there? I'm just going to do a little shout out to Bernard. Yeah, Bernard is like a Marvel and DC comics artist. I tune in for every week, and I met a lot of cool people through there, including D. Rogers. Let me think. Which way would he be holding the sticks? He wouldn't hold it away from him. I think he'd be like palm up, maybe. I'm wondering, like, when I draw his eyes, would he be like looking at it here? Dear Rogers, did you have any nice finds over at Emerald City? Like, pick up any books, or did you get any sketches from anybody? Oh, can't forget his mole. Oh, that is such a strange face that I'm putting on him. Right now I'm drawing him smiling, which might be a little too much. Might be like, I think he'd be playing it cooler than that, but I'll leave it for right now while I figure out some of the rest of this. I think, can we address how this comes down? Oh, too much? Yeah. Well, maybe you could maybe you could take a picture of your con hall when you get back to your hotel, or yeah, because you're not in Emerald City. You're where you live. Yeah, I would love to see what you picked up. So let me see. Leg comes here. I think his knee would be like there. feel like I'm giving him too much neck. Like, he needs to be like a little more hunchbacked. You know what? I might have made his head too small overall. I'm just like looking at this to... Yeah, this should be a little bigger. Let's just enlarge this whole thing. Oh, okay. Well, I hope your suitcases can make the weight requirement at the weigh-in at the check-in counter. Hmm. Oh, good. Let me, I'm just working on this expression. I'm wondering if he's going to do like kind of a coy side eye over here. Like he's grinning a little bit, maybe like pretending to examine. Trying to make this not look like a meatball. Let me just check how they accomplish it. Look at my reference here. Fast forward a little bit. Okay, they're eating soup. Okay, he picks it up. Oh, I see. I just got to make it like a little more angular and not lumpy like I have it. Okay, let me go see. Oh, 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 cool. Oh, that's really nice. Oh my god, is that a Jay Lee? Fantastic. That is a real prize. Okay, let me see if I can show this. Is it alright if I show this? Okay, let me see. So now we're going to look at this. Yeah, this is what D. Rogers just posted of his scores at Emerald City Comic Con. Very nice. Probably the Jay Lee Spider-Man on the bottom left. I think anybody would be very excited to own that. Okay. All right, let's get back to. Thank you for sharing, D-Raj. Okay, let's see. Oh, Dustin Nguyen. Okay, drawing his fingers. Okay, and his. I'm trying to get his. He has these like wraps around his hand, which actually is going to be really makes drawing hands a lot easier when you have like bandages all wrapped around, because it really just like gives you lots of landmarks to describe how everything turns. It's going to be really tough drawing chopsticks. Don't have a pair nearby. I'm just gonna. Okay. Because I've like held them thousands of times, but never really thought about what it looks like. Okay. Not too tough. Not too tough. So then this iron chunk is here. Good. Good. And maybe, what's his other arm doing? Maybe it's like resting on this knee. Okay, that's look. I feel like I didn't have enough like cranium on here, so it didn't quite look like the guy. Let me see, what else is happening here? That's inside of this leg, and if his knee is here, this leg is going to be hidden behind the cauldron. Unless I want to move this over to the center, I might. Oh, Galuigi's here. Thanks for showing up. I have been previewing some of my affiliate stuff in the Discord, which it'd be fun if you guys would join. I'm just going to type that. So now that there's like a few people here, let me go over some of the new stuff. Like, I added a bunch of new emotes. Let me see if I can put these into the chat. Okay. So that's what they look like. And those are available to subscribers, which no pressure, but if you would like to use those, that's how you get there. Also, if you look at the bottom left of the chat window, you'll see 5 little colored orbs, and those are your channel points. But to thematically go with this stream, that's what you're looking at, the 5 different chakra natures. So at the top, that's fire, there's wind, there's lightning. We're going clockwise. That's earth and water on the left. And chakra describes your internal energy, both physical and spiritual. So you can build up your internal energy by watching this stream. So let me hide that image. But what can you do with it, you might ask? Well, I'll tell you. I have added a bunch of... Where are they? I added a bunch of sound alerts. And I was like, well, what sounds do I have? No way. Gal, bless you for being my first ever subscriber. Okay. So, oh, look at that little Kodama. Yeah, just like in Princess Mononoke, like Kodamas, when you see a bunch of Kodamas in a forest, it means that the forest is healthy. So if you see a bunch of them here, that means we're having like a healthy stream. So it's going to be really fun to just like spam a bunch of these guys and just like seeing them bobble in the chat. Anyway, so that's great. I was about to talk about, oh, I added sound alerts. That's what I'm talking about. So last summer, okay, wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Right now, I'm doing these Mononoke drawings because I have to remain vague about this, but there is a fan dub. We're recording a lot of voices. Galuigi, I hear that you did an incredible job as the Irontown Ox Boss. From my connection behind the scenes, she was raving about what you turned in. Last summer, we did a fan dub of Akira, and I voiced this guy, Yamagata. And so I just had these sound clips, and I kind of went through all my lines, and I found some stuff that might be appropriate for stream. So like, for example, if you gather 2,000 chakra points, you could play this.
All right, let's go.
You know, that could be fun at the beginning, or if we're ever lagging or getting too sidetracked. Tell me if like how the volume is. Is that like blasting your ears out? I'm just going to run through these just to demonstrate them because I worked on them a lot.
Say what?
Let's see. What else have we got?
What the hell?
I think that would be a what the heck in Galuigi speak, but we're going with the full gentle swear word in this one. Okay, this one is probably, I kind of hope this will be the most commonly used one.
What about my burning desire to study?
You know, good. Oh, the volume's good. Yeah, because hopefully the stream could be like a little bit educational. I know it is for me. Like I'm trying to push a little bit out of my safety and do a new drawing. These are me. Yeah, it's very different than my normal speaking voice because I had to kind of assume the role of this like rough and tumble teenager. And it's it's been a little while since that was me. And God, I really just had to like turn out the lights, close all the windows, and like shut my eyes and just like really cut loose because I'm not a shouty person. And I realized that all of these lines were like shouting at the top of his lungs. And then there's one more that I haven't played. And this one's like a little bit pricier because I swear this was the most difficult line to record. And I recorded so many takes and I had to like paste it together. So here's the result of my work. Wait, here it is.
What are you talking about, damn it? What the hell happened here?
Oh, okay. So that was really tough. I really had to dig pretty deep to get to that place. Anyway, so those are all the sound alerts. I think I've gone over all of my affiliate stuff. We did the emotes, we did the channel points, we did the alerts. I think that's it. And thank you once again for the sub, Gal. Let's give Gal a shout out. I mean, I know I do every time, but you should follow. Here we go. Let me hide Yamagata and get back to work on this guy. Sophia, who's masterminding, or Helofia, who's masterminding the project, requested that I be vague about the premiere date. And so I don't actually know when the fan dub is going to come out. I have some idea that there's going to be an announcement early next week. So I'm going to have to wait until then to give too many details. But this is sort of like a little bit of stealth pre-hype. Okay. Oh, D-Raj, thanks for stopping by. I will see you around the Streamverse. Have a safe trip home. See, I'm trying. Okay, I got so sidetracked with all my affiliate stuff. I lost the thread on what I was doing in the picture. I think I was moving this cauldron over. I don't want it to be too dead center, so I'll put it like a little bit off. And it has these rings for handles, and then it has all these like. It looks like it's made from iron, so it's a little bit odd that he is pretending not to know what this hunk is made of, even though he has a hemisphere of iron right here. And I think if Ashitaka was a better detective, he might have noticed the similarity between this bullet and this cauldron and said, "Where did you get that?" I don't know. So wait, the opening's smaller than I'm drawing it. It goes back up. I had it like cut open here, but it tapers again. Yeah, I think whenever the premiere date of Mononoke fandub is, it's going to be like a lot of fun. Like I remember, like Akira came out during like deep pandemic shutdown, and no one had seen each other for months, and it was just like incredible to see like all the cartoon friends, even in chat form. Plus all the clips that Helofia has shown, like, are so amazing. Like the music is incredible, the vocal performances. Man, there's like 3,000 lines up here. Which is the real line? Let me just soften these up and then pick one. Yeah, who does voice Jiko? Because I know we did Gonza last time, and he's voiced by Nicholas, the fiance of Gwendo. I don't have the spreadsheet in front of me, and I don't see Halofia in the chat to inform us. See, how are we on time? We're doing great. We're doing great. I mean, this is more or less penciled. Whoa. As I throw my tool across the room. Okay, found it. Things are mostly in place. I could like refine it some. I had placed his like woven backpack up here, but the way let me just like darken what I have. I had drawn it sort of like this, but to view it that way, we'd have to be like floating above. And the way what I've established here is we're more like at ground level. I was kind of thinking this was like from Ashtaka's point of view, sitting across the fire. So most of us in the Discord server know each other from Cartoon World in real life. Yeah, I mean, a lot of those people were, or are, I mean, still are, like cartoonists, like comics artists, animators, and we would know each other from going to like comics festivals like Small Press Expo in Bethesda, Maryland, or, you know, they have them, you know, in Chicago and Comic Arts LA and all these shows, and those would be like times you would get together and show like what all the new stuff you've drawn and the books you've made, and then you get to go out for karaoke later. So yeah, I think a lot of those Discord people are real life friends who were like, during shutdown, they're like, well, what are we gonna do? All the festivals are canceled. Let's hang out on stream, or yeah, let's like hang out through Mickey. So it's kind of great how Mickey was like that glue person who kind of kept that crowd going. Okay, let me see. Okay. So we're gonna get to see a little bit of his chest here, because I think his robe is, you know, it's a little casual right now. Like it's kind of drooping down and then it connects at his belly button. It's a very daring neckline here. Oh, I think I have links turned off right now, or like maybe only mods can do shoutouts right now. Let me just type that in. Spider. Do I know how Mickey knows Rod? I do not. I mean, is it possible they just know each other through Twitch, or is there a real life connection? I'm not qualified to answer it. Okay, so let me see. I was trying to put in his backpack, which should go like here. And then I think the weave is sort of like big diagonal squares like that. And then it has like backpack straps. And you know, I think since this is a nighttime scene, there's going to be a lot of shadows. There might be like a lot of hatching. So I should really just ink as soon as I can. There's not a whole lot more to figure out with pencil here. I think the time has come. This is always like a nice moment in the stream where we pass this threshold of the picture makes enough sense where we can kind of carve it into stone or render it in ink. Okay, let me see. Yikes. That was the sound of my lamp hitting the microphone stand. Let me not do that. I'm going to use that guy. And I need my inking triangle. Let me just put this up. Great. so like pleased about these emotes. I'm just gonna like put a couple of these in myself. Okay, so I do need to put these lines in first. Thanks for those inks in that Kodama, gal. Actually, I imported like a big Kodama, so I could just have this guy hang out in the stream. Where's gonna be like not too distracting? Maybe I'll put him up here with me. He's not quite in the frame. Yeah, I've got like a little friend in my face cam now. Okay. Let's see if I can like pat him on the head. Oh, that's oh, good. Okay. Um, yeah, I think I mentioned in the Discord I was worried if Twitch would accept Kodama or not because I was looking through the rules and there were like no sexual images and no nudity, and I was like, well, there's a butt count and it's just like a cute little guy. Turns out that it's fine, and I didn't have to worry at all. Great. So I think, as I often do, I'm just going to start inking things that are closer to the viewer, or just things that are in front, and then work my way to the background. And I know that in the movie there's just like one really nice close-up of his camp stove, like right at the beginning of the scene. So I'm just gonna pause on that. Okay, I'm looking at the stove, I'm looking at my drawing, kind of taking what's in the movie and like rotating it this way and then like setting it down, and then we're gonna draw it. Okay. Where's my pen? Right here. Um, I'm just getting my pen ready, like I'm dipping it in ink and running it on some scrap paper, which you can't see, but it's really happening. Okay. Here we go. It's okay if usually takes like a little bit of time to like get used to this pen. And I'm also going to zoom in, which I like to do when I'm inking. Like when I'm doing the pencil drawing, I'm kind of like making marks all over the whole page. Well, I was thinking about what is Jiko cooking. I think it's some kind of soup. And there's a point where he reaches into his backpack and he pulls out a leaf. It looks like he has miso paste that he puts into the bowl. So I think he's making miso. Let me see. Just trying to get my windows sorted again. Which in my life right now, I don't really have a good source for that. Oh, I can say that uh, Miso is the name of my favorite store cat. Like there's a Cantonese American grocery that I go to just about every week, and there's this like very plump, very adorable cat who sort of is the store cat to keep away pests and greet customers and help at the register. Uh, and their name is Miso, and they are the sweetest. I wonder if I could figure out how to get a picture up. It'll definitely go in the Discord later. Um, I would have to dig through my phone, which I don't have in front of me. I wonder. Well, let me see. Let me see if this shows up. I don't know how the webcam is going to interact with the phone screen, but if we get lucky, this might work. There we go. Okay. So that is Miso the cat. Can you even believe it? Like I am kind of crouching down to pet the cat, who's, sort of interested in petting, but mostly is interested in chewing the zipper on my coat. Like, this is a very adorable feline. I really love the, like, sense of purpose in these eyes. Like, so much focus. Very chunky. Anyway. Well. Oh my god, that's so cute. Like, look how fearsome that chomp is. They're doing a good job at the store. Okay. So let me see. So far, I don't know if I'm doing a great job of making this pot like perfectly symmetrical. Yikes. Okay. Then it has some legs. I left these gaps here to make like some flames like licking up underneath. And I'm just going to bring these, I don't know, it just has these like decorative like knobs all the way around. I'm not sure if those really have a purpose. If there's any blacksmiths in the chat, let me know. I feel like I'm making these lines pretty light. I could go even heavier on most of these. But I could also do more than one pass. Like, I feel like these rocks, those are going to be brush lines, because I want those to be heavier than this pen could make. Like, when I do this leg, that's about as thick as a line can get from this pen. Like, I'm pressing down basically to the limit. Like, I feel like it would snap if I did any more. Either snap or like bend or like distort and then like not draw that well anymore. But I think these rocks are definitely going to be a fair bit thicker. Okay. Oh, your friend tried forging stuff a little bit? How did it go? Don't know that any campfire has ever looked like this. I need to draw. I didn't do this in the pencil stage at all, but I need to draw some of the like firewood that's under here. But I mean, sticks could be any shape, like as long as it's longer than it is wide. I think it'll be convincing enough. And I'll like make it branch a little bit. Oh, he might have made a dagger. Cool. Yeah, like, what am I taking this forging course for if I don't make a cool dagger? Alright, let's see. See, I'm trying to figure out if I can suggest, like, maybe there's some, like, chopped green onion in here. Yeah, that's a suggestion of miso soup. It's 4 little rectangles. Although it kind of looks like there's like an evil character under here, and then here's like the edge of a smile that would like continue this way. I'm gonna. Well, that kind of works for his character to be like, I don't know. I'm gonna try to like obscure that a little bit, add a few more. All right. Let's see. So now, think about how to draw these flames, because I'll definitely want some like darker parts in here. A lot of this is probably going to be black to show that this is glowing. This will be like illuminated up here. This is just like a clue to myself that I'm going to be putting these lines in later. I feel like I should work on dude. And I can keep my hand out of this kind of danger zone down here if I work up here. Great. Clean my pen off. See, am I ready to go in and do this face? All right, let me see. Yeah, let's just do it. No reason to hold back. I think his brow kind of comes up in front of his hat like that. And then like this goes behind. Okay, so far so good. And then it looks like he has a cloth tucked under here that goes about to shoulder length, but since he's bending or hunching, it's sort of like folding up onto here. So let's just bring this down, but like add a little bit of slack. Great. This is in front of his face, so I should just put this in now. I want to make sure that I make this thing accurate. Okay, Ashtaka hands in the bowl, and then they get down to business, and Ashtaka's like, have you ever seen anything like this? And then Jiko kind of plays dumb. So let's draw this hunk of iron that caused poor Nago the boar to become a demon. Okay. I'm trying to use these like kind of short dashed heavy lines. That's good enough for now. Okay, so now let me think. I could fill in the rest of his head shape. He's got like a pretty square face. I think I did this already in pencil. Let me just, for kind of critical stuff like this, I just want to be pretty sure of like what I'm going to do. His face sort of looks like a bracket, like these guys. Like he has some jowls that hang down and then like a little knob of a chin here, and then like kind of a double chin. Yeah. Yeah. And then he has like a little bit of crow's feet. Mole right there. This part, I'm just really making sure I get it right because I don't want to improvise it with the pen and then have to redo it. Is this mouth too big? This is a very like Grinch-like smile. This kind of, it's that same shape. So he's kind of like made up of these curly brackets. Okay. So if you can draw one of these, you can draw Jiko the Monk. Okay. Okay. Mustache then kind of, it just like fits in right here. And same on the other side. Yeah, and then this kind of, I think it might even have a little more wrinkle here because like if he's smiling here, it would bring up the cheek flesh like and kind of compress this eye a little bit. I'm getting this right? And he has like an upper eyelid like that. And I'm drawing these eyebrows kind of low because he's not surprised. He's not surprised at all at what he's holding. Putting like, he's looking a little bit sinister here. I wonder if there's more going on with him that we find out later in the movie. Let's see. Brow comes down. Cheekbone sticks out a little bit. All right, I think it's not bad for Jiko. I think it looks like they give him like a red nose. I'm just gonna like close this shape a little bit. I assume that that's from like a lifetime of heavy drinking. He has like a lot of broken capillaries up here. Okay, so that was a lot of the hard part. This hand is also the hard part. Okay, let me draw this thumb. How far up do his gloves go? It looks like they cover the first knuckles. Okay. And 3 and 4 fingers. Okay, I think we got through that. Let me see. So now I just need to follow this arm back and then up over the shoulder. I feel like I should add the knee first, which is open. Yeah, this is like his bare knee here. And then sandals, toes. We're doing good. I think I have about 1 hour left of drawing. And there's a lot left on this paper to do. Gotta draw a little bit quickly. Okay. And it looks like his sleeve goes about to there. Oh, he's wearing like a vest also. So this comes down. And since he's been traveling, his robes are a little tattered. So I'm just adding these little notches. Okay. He has like a little bit of chest hair. How do these bandages work? I'm adding some lines. I don't know if those made sense. Let me think. These have to get smaller as it goes from the top part of the forearm down to the wrist. It gets like a little more slender. It's going to make each of these like a little bit bigger as I go. I'll kind of curve around that arm shape. Good. I always like to, when someone has bandages like that, just like leave the last bit hanging off. It is a very low squat. Like he probably started early in life squatting that low. Now he has maybe some cloth draping down this way. Then off of this leg. Now going back to where his backside is. Oh, you know, in my reference, I've got kind of a different angle on him. It looks like his squatting technique, he's like resting on the balls of his feet, where I had drawn him sort of with his heels down. So let me think before I get to this, if I have to make any adjustments. I might. I'm smearing my ink a little, but it's all right. So if his heel is here, then the top arch of his foot comes down. So now his toes would be like there. I'm glad that I caught that, because I feel like your squatting technique like can really change the feeling. There we go. I'm not sure which one is more comfortable. I feel like I could do it heels down longer, but he does it this way. Okay. This foot you can't see, it's behind the cauldron. I should put in this hand and work my way over the top. Or, you know what, I'll just draw these toes while I'm thinking about them. So let's bring down the top of his foot, put in his big toe, and then put in 2, here's 3. God, I hope I don't just go crazy with drawing lines and end up with too many toes. 1, 2, that's correct. Toenail. Okay. And then the sandal strap goes over like that. Yeah, let's give him like a little bit of leg hair here. And let's see. That's the other side of the sleeve closing. See, Gal says, naturally do heels up, but heels down is better for long term. I think it's true for me. I guess people have different bodies and have different ways of moving. Let me see. Drawing Am I doing that where you can see it? Okay. Just draw these kind of curling around the knee. And we're going to bring this back up. Oof. Did I err? Let me think. His shoulder's here. This comes up. Seems to work. Let me bring that down. I think this is all right. May need to rework that later. Well, I'll see how it goes. So the robes come down here. You can see like a little bit of his belly. And then like his loincloth is here. Right. Oh, I forgot to add like little like aroma lines coming off of here. Like, how do we know that this pot is boiling? I can do that with whiteout later, maybe. Add some leg hair for him. Alright, so I gotta draw a sandal, the basket, and then I think it's gonna be brush time. Let's see. So, draw the sandal. Give it like a little bit of wooden texture. Okay. We're doing good. Gotta draw this box. Let me just take a look at what that looks like. It appears to be, yeah, it's just a woven box. And then I should also include his umbrella, which is like, just put that in here. And it, I mean, if we really saw it, it would extend up and be floating like up here somewhere. But we can see this kind of like bamboo pole that it's on. I'll just add a couple little sections here. So this is like the top lip of the box. I'm gonna draw that, and then side comes down, and there's some rocks here. Let's see. Let me think how I'm gonna do this. Like, I guess I could just draw these like diamond shapes across to show, like, I don't want to just do X's that cross like this because that would flatten out. It wouldn't look like things crossing over each other with any curve. I think if I do these kind of like diamonds, it'll like look like sections of something, because they'll also be like a little bit uneven. Is that working? I think I just have to forge ahead. And then I can add like, let me think, the fire's there, it's turned that way. I could add like a little bit of texture to these, and I could like crisscross those a little bit. I don't want to get my system wrong. Okay, here we go. So we're just going to work our way up here and do all this weave. What I don't want to do is like get too impatient and have it be like too uneven. God, I might be there already. But I think like when someone looks at this and there's like a repeating pattern, it'll just kind of like register as one thing. That is my hope. Like I don't think it's going to draw too much attention from the main event over here. Let's see, I've got a lot of time left. Don't want to rush this too much. I know, Gal, you had kind of over in Discord asked for Kaya and the Girl Squad, and I would like to do that. That might be a stream for tomorrow. I think I thought of her because of the startling revelations revealed by Sophia, by Holofia, in the Discord regarding Ashtaka and his relationship to Kaya, and how they might not be brother and sister, but something more than that. And Kaya might perhaps be carrying the child of Ashtaka, and the crystal dagger could be a signifier of their matrimonial bond. I could not believe it. I mean, I do believe it, but like, I guess I'm surprised that, maybe I shouldn't be surprised that it was like bowdlerized or like taken out from the dub. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't be surprised. I feel like people should be able to understand subtext, but it's cool how much, like how loaded that scene is now. Oh, plus, he totally gives the dagger to San later on. He gives it to this feral girl that he meets, like, out in the forest. From his, like, childhood sweetheart. He's like, oh, I'll never forget you, Kaya. I'll be thinking of you always. But the first wolf princess that comes along, just steals his heart. Oh, also, I was looking at the movie, and I think he doesn't even give it to San directly. He like gives it to one of the wolf cubs, who just like gives it to some like wolf he just met to give to her. If I were Kaya, I'd be like a little pissed. I'm trying to think, what would if I were Kaya, I might say something like,
What the hell?
that's what Kaya should say. Or if she saw San, a wolf princess, wearing the necklace that she gave to her betrothed, she might say this.
What are you talking about, damn it? What the hell happened here?
See, I'm glad how useful those alerts are already. All right. Let me see. Box is done. Jiko the Monk, largely done. Gotta do some rocks, gotta do some tree roots. That's gonna be brush inking. Let me locate my brush. Right here. So don't know if you noticed me peeling this orange. I think it's the time in the stream where my energy starts to dip, and I just need like a little bit of a snack. Oh, move that down so everybody can see it. Oh yeah, just do like a whole breakup album back at the Amishi village. Okay, as I usually do, I'm just gonna like hide my face while I pop this in. Okay, great. Thanks for bearing with me. Um, so now okay, I thought my stream was gonna die. It just like hung for a second. But we're good. No need to panic. So, just going to warm up with this brush a little bit. Try to do some thick lines, try to do some thin lines. It's great because you can, like the same tool can do, yikes, how precise can I be? Can do these little lines, these fat lines. It takes like a lot of practice to get okay with it, and I've put in some of the hours, but not all of them. I think some people primarily use these and would use that for everything on here. I'm not quite on that level. I mostly save it for drawing hair, drawing trees, drawing rocks. Here we go. So here we go. What do I have going on? Let's start from the front. And since the fire's here, the rock face closer to us is going to be pretty much in shadow. I can just really get in here, add like a lot of dark area. And I think if I add enough black on this like cauldron, it'll kind of make it seem, it'll make it heavier seeming. Like hopefully this could like communicate some of its material. Let me see. I guess I should work on, what should I work on? Yeah, I'm just gonna like put a shadow on the top of every one of these nubbins because they're lit from underneath by the fire. Okay, and then I think about how to do this. Like I might just make, then as I get here, I could like leave a little more room in between each of these lines. So I'm like making the top of this darker, but also trying to be consistent with the shape. Okay, I'm gonna try to continue that all the way down. Top of that ring, top of this ring gets dark. I'm just gonna like sort of pull lines down along this curve. Okay, on the part closest to us, they're pretty straight up and down. And then, I think since this is so close to the fire, I think I'm going to just use like the very tip of the brush, like make these like a lot thinner and pointier. And then down here, just like add very few. Just trying to give that some of the energy of like a crackling campfire. I'm going to make part of the sticks look pretty dark, and they're casting shadows out here onto these, this like kind of rock circle that he's made to hold the fire in. I think on the far side of this basket, I could black these all in. I feel like I should hatch those in, not do them with brush, just because of the texture. And I'm going to do it right now while I'm thinking of it. So that dinging sound is just me washing my brush out in my water jar. Let's see. So I should alternate which way these go. So can't see that. So on every other one, it'll be this way, and these will be this way. Don't want to get lost. Okay, so that should be like a little darker. Great. I'm kind of thinking I'm just going to sort of work my way up this side. When I get to here, these are tree roots. Wouldn't hurt to pencil these in. I don't have to totally improvise them. Maybe some little guys hanging down. Tree roots could come down here. This is a root. I'm just like kind of wrapping these to show which way they curve. Yeah, I think that's going to work. These are rocks down here. Okay. So now my goal is just put a lot of ink down. Let's bring the camera back. I'm gonna zoom out a little since I'm not doing like fine detail stuff. Move it back. Okay. Yeah, Gal, you're a natural. You just got the hang of those emotes right first stream. Okay. I know, they're super fun. I like the new lights up emote that you added to your stream. Let me see. Like, just put this corner could almost just be all black. Let's give it like a little bit of visual interest. Oh, I know, like the text emotes, it's tough. Like I made that jiayo emote, but I think you have to like know what it is already. Like I don't know if anybody could read that when it's what, 28 pixels high or however many it is. Yeah, I think this tree stuff is going to work better, kind of just like the faster and more like impulsive I am with it. I mean, trees are impulsive, but not fast. They do grow where they want to, and you know, F your concrete, or I'll just grow right through this fence. So I'm trying to be like not too systematic or mechanical with these, just letting them go in a way that kind of makes its own sense. A lot of this could be dark. I'm going to zoom all the way out. That's still too close. I think we're missing some of the action. Or like up close, the tree brushstrokes don't make sense. They just look like brushstrokes, but a little further back, that kind of makes sense. It's a little bit like in Fellowship of the Ring when they first leave the Shire and they're like hiding from that ring wraith, and he's like on his horse, and they're just like looking up. I think it's like a similar kind of root system like that. Okay, I think there's so much graphite on here, I don't really know what I have. It's going to be time to erase that pretty soon. I need to bring the line of this sleeve back up. Just show that. These lines curve over here. Trying to tell if it's going to be safe to erase this yet. Let me find a little tissue. I just want to like blot some of the wet looking places. But like brushing dries so fast, like almost like within a minute or less of putting it down, because I think you're depositing less. Okay, this is all pretty dry. Yeah, I don't even need to get out the hairdryer this time, which is nice because it sort of interrupts the flow of the stream. So I got my eraser. Let me see if I could put a couple of these here in the chat. Oh, thank you, Gal. Get kind of a good workout from doing this. Definitely takes a little bit of athleticism to get off all this graphite that we put down in the first hour. Oh, this is looking pretty alright. I kind of like this one better than the Gonzo already. Like, here's how we did last time. Here's Jiko from this time. There's still more to do on here, but I think it's coming together nicely. I think that's most everything. Okay, so that leaves about half an hour. I do have to hop out at 8:30, and we're just going to do the last kind of details and rendering, make sure that cloth looks different than metal, looks different than wood, looks different than tree bark. I guess tree bark is wood, so. All right, so let's get out our smallest pen, and let's do a little work. Oh, you know, I didn't brush in the lip of this pot. I should do that. You know, I could do that with this, as I just drop a big blot of ink right there from waving my pen around. So we're going to do the like bloody nose technique and make like a little tissue cone. That's fine. You know, I'm just going to draw with this a little bit. Like these could have shadows on them on this side. Great. Okay, so I'm going to kind of walk. I lost all my ink off there. So I'm just going to like walk these pen lines sort of like around the lip of this pot, kind of the same way I did on here, but kind of with a smaller scale. This just needs to be like darker. Okay. Let me think. Flames here. So I do need to add like a bunch of shadows sort of on the top of Jiko, because he's going to be uplit, like telling spooky stories around the campfire. Kind of flashlight under your chin style. So I can just like add that on top of his nose, like above his cheekbones. Let me think how these lines would go. These are going to sort of follow the way this cloth is wrapped around his head. Top of his mole. Add these lines around these bandages, kind of across the top. I'm going to go back over it, kind of at a slightly different angle so they can crisscross. See, I think inside his sleeve that's going to be dark. So I think I can just match like that. Then slightly different angle, go over it again. we're kind of just going to work on the whole image in that sort of way. Like, there's going to be like a little shadow on the top of his like chest area, top of his belly. I've got to draw a little thumbnail in here. Cuticle. The inside of this sleeve is going dark again. I feel like the whole side of this arm is kind of facing away, so I could cover most of this. Yeah, this side of him is turned away from the fire. It's dark. Okay. Let me think. And he'd be casting a shadow behind him. Let me think about how that would go. Where's my pencil? So, flame is here. Light goes in a straight line. So this shadow would start here, here. So I could shade in all that. This is light underneath. Yeah, he's going to be casting a shadow here. And then I feel like I could hatch in like all this stuff behind him. And then kind of do an echo of his arm shape like that. Oh, Halofia has entered the chat. We're working on Jiko, who is a kindly monk who helps Ashitaka along his way early on in the story. Oh, we have a new follower, Art of Jim. Let me just give you a thumbs up. I'm always curious about how people find... He is nice and not at all evil. Also, he has no idea what this lump is that Ashitaka drew out of Nago the boar. Even though he has a pot right here, which is totally made of iron. But he's going to pretend like he doesn't know what this is, or not say anything about what he might think it is. Oh, thanks for joining the chat, Art of Jim. I guess this is Art of James Kuo Draws. Oh yeah, Halofia, this is my first affiliate stream, and I added all this great stuff. Gal, do you mind if I go over this again? Let me just like pop these emotes into the chat. Like I made one animated emote and then a few tools. Like in Mononoke, Kodama are No way. You're rating me? Art of Jim, thank you so much. So there are these little guys. So if you see these Kodama, it's like the sign of a healthy stream. Welcome, Raiders. I think. Are there Raiders? My name is James Kuo, and I am a comic artist. I've been doing drawing streams for a little while on here. I definitely see like a lot of digital artists but it's nice to see people doing pen and paper on here. I should keep the pen moving. I've been doing, this is the second in my Ghibli series. I can't say too much about why. There might be an announcement coming up early next week. That's going to be very exciting. So here's Gonza, Lady Eboshi's right hand. We did this a couple days ago. Maybe that was Wednesday, I think. And yeah, so he's just on the mountainside. It's raining. He's got his like straw raincoat and his fire lance. And he's kind of like looking out for, are there any wolves coming? Oh yeah, I tried to get a bunch of different textures in here, like having the muddy ground be different than his like wool socks. And then like do a different texture on this wooden part. Anyway, this is the kind of thing we do on the stream. So this was like a good time to join because I've got like a pretty finished piece. And right now we're kind of at the last rendering stage. Like the first hour was figuring out the pose. I try to go into it without having too much of a plan because it's like fun to turn the character different ways and like figure out what the composition is. And then, let's see, and then the inking phase comes up. Usually I use these G pens, which are very useful and make a lot of different lines. Right now, I'm kind of doing, like, he's at this campfire and he's going to be casting a shadow behind him. Like, light travels in a straight line, so there's going to be a shadow of this leg that kind of goes up his wicker backpack. I'm just doing that outline to help me find it. And then he's kind of camped out under some tree roots, it looks like. And so this is going to sort of be an echo of this shape. And that's going to come down like that. And this is going to be kind of an echo of his back shape. So a lot of what I'm going to have to do next is hatching. You know, since... yeah, you know what? Maybe I should put on my slideshow since there's people who don't know my work. This is like a lot of what my other stuff looks like. I can try to move this. It's not taking up the whole... Oh, there's Haku and Zabuza, two great characters from hit anime Naruto. Let me just shrink this down. Is that a good place for it? I'll just put this over here. Let's put this over the chat. Okay. So that can just scroll through itself. Because over here, I'm just going to be going to town with this pen. Art of Jim, are you also streaming yourself? Let me just click on your username here. How was your stream before you got here? Yeah, let me trying to figure if I can give you a follow from here. I think I have to click on your thing. And your window's coming up in my other browser. Okay, that's taking a second to load. I should keep the pen moving. Okay. Well, I can't quite figure out how to do that right now. I need to focus on what's in front of me. Okay, gotta close this. Oh, you did 2 pages of comics. I kind of want to get into doing like, I would also like to start doing like storytelling pages on here because mostly I do character sketches, which is good. It's fun for me. I can kind of cut loose and just like draw things that I enjoy. Not that I don't enjoy drawing pages, but a lot of the time there's, you know, all sorts of... I wonder if people will want to see me drawing like garbage cans in the background. But I mean, I think the whole process is pretty enjoyable. Let's see. Yeah, I'm a little bit occupied right now, but I do want to go check out what you're doing on Twitch. Just need to. Got about 15 more minutes before I have a date. It is a pizza date with my special lady, so I do not want to miss it. I feel like I'm worried that this might be flattening out the background. Like I should have these lines follow these tree roots back here a little bit more. I hope I'm not killing this picture with these lines. See, oh, he would be. This is like his umbrella pole, so he'd be casting a little shadow on that. Let me see. What kind of pizza is it? It is goat cheese, and also on the pizza is artichoke hearts. Also on there is soppressata, which is a cured meat that I enjoy very much from our Italian deli. And it's made on a crust that she does from scratch, and she is incredible at putting that together. I mean, I try to help with the process. We do share cooking duties, but when it's pizza time, mostly I'm helping distribute the toppings across, or spreading olive oil on the dough, or preheating the oven. Mostly pizza night is her initiative. Well, gal, if you're up in Providence, we could put a few zas in the oven. It's funny, you guys dropped by during this kind of very mechanical part of the stream. I had just finished this a lot of the very tense parts, for doing getting the character resemblance down. I have kind of figured out on my webcam how I can zoom stuff in, and so at moments like this, it's very much we're all kind of holding our breath as I'm slowly pulling this pen across and getting these lines just right. I feel like this slideshow's gone around enough times. Let's just put that away. But let me bring the camera back out. So right now we're just making sure that everything in this picture kind of makes sense tonally. That I might even take my glasses off for this. Okay, that's what I look like without glasses, but I mean basically it's so I can see the light and dark areas better, or they can blend together a little more. And I think this is kind of how it's going to go for the rest of the stream. It's going to be me putting these lines in. I'm going to try to do a couple more of these before the yet to be announced premiere date. And I think as we get closer to the magical time, I think we're going to move to more and more of the headlining characters. We're going to definitely get Lady Eboshi in one of these next few nights, and we'll do Ashitaka and Yakul together. And I think whenever the premiere date is, I'll try to time it so that I'll be drawing Wolf Princess San, and then that'll like lead up to premiere time, and then all of us could like raid over into Mickey stream. That's sort of my plan right now. And we do want to do, I definitely want to do Kaya and her girl squad. It's like a really incredible scene, like right at the beginning where Nago, the like cursed boar spirit, is like crashing towards the village, and like one of the girls like falls down. Oh no! And then I think it's Kaya, like kind of makes a decision and draws her sword and turns to face the boar. It's just like a really great scene. So that might be a moment that I try to capture. It does mean drawing 3 figures instead of 1, but I'm up for the challenge. Like, I usually try to block out 3 hours for these streams. I notice I've been finishing up in more like 2. So I think that that's information to myself that I could like try to set the bar a little higher. I feel like this hatching is starting to like look a little better now that there's more of it. When there's just like a little bit of it, it kind of looked a little bit flimsy. I also think that I should make kind of heavier slashes, because now I'm trying to like point these lines towards the fire, both to sort of like direct attention down that way, and also like give it a sense that the light is kind of like radiating out from down here. Oh, thanks, Art of Jim. I feel like I do want to add, just going to add some more texture like on these rocks that are closest to us. This might be a mistake, but there's still time to fix it if something goes wrong here. Yeah, I feel like at the rendering stage could definitely like ruin a good drawing. I don't think the rendering stage could take a bad drawing and make it good. So there's like kind of a gamble to like know when someone should come and take the pen away from me, or I should be, since I'm the only one who can take it away, I should know when we've done enough on here. Yeah, there's definitely drawings that I've done too much on. And I might go back in with whiteout and like pull out some highlights from where light could be glinting off of these tree roots. Trying not to hit things too much. I've got this guy also. I feel like I should start using it because we've got less than 10 minutes to go. So let me shake this up. All right, since I've got infinite chakra, those are my new channel points, I'm going to give myself a little encouragement.
All right, let's go.
Okay, let's go. So, getting this to flow. I think you should be able to. Let me look in my bits menu. Are you able to see them? Because when I click the bits button, oh wait, I think, how do you do it? There is a way to do it. There should be like a sound alerts button somewhere in the chat. I'm not sure. I can't really see what my own stream looks like at the moment. Oh, widget. Yeah, I just have them at like 25 each, and then the really long one is a little pricier. So I'm going to add like a little white on the closer side of each of these like woven parts. Because I was worried when I was doing this field of hatching that it was just like flattening out too much, and I think this could help differentiate some things a little bit again. I don't know. I also don't... It's possible if I work this too much, this shadow is going to be too distracting. Like the number of lines will draw too much attention from the main picture. Yeah, let me just check on my phone. Oh, earlier I was showing this beautiful cat that lives at my Cantonese American grocery store. It came up because Jiko is making miso soup in here. The cat is named Miso. Okay, let me see. You couldn't do it, Gal? Okay, let me... That might be a thing for next time. Go to my channel. Go over to chat. Let me see if I can do this. I don't know. I'm going to have to troubleshoot that. Let's see. Is there any more? I feel like now that I've added all this in the background, I could definitely go a little darker on all this hatching. So I'd gone like a little bit lighter when I first did it, because this background was still white, but now I'm kind of responding to the tone that's back here. I can like add a bunch on top. See, I do need to... I think it's the time in the stream when I need to clean up some of this. Like, some of these smudges happened when I was doing too much at once. So let's clean that up. What else? Like, I've definitely gone over the edge here. This is really just the final touches. We're just bringing this home. Okay. I think I might be pretty ready to sign this. I'm gonna... Right now his like mole is a closed circle. I'm just gonna like open that up on the bottom. Oh, I should hatch in his little mustache. And his eyebrows. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm not going to do any hatching on here, because that would kind of change its metallic texture too much. Let's see, we've got 8:27, so I think it's time to sign it. And then I am going to be out of here. Let me see. So it looks like I didn't leave like a whole lot of open space.
All right, let's go.
Oh, you figured it out, Gal? And thank you for my very first bits. Wow, first sub, first bits. I think there's like a lot of new people in the chat, so I'm just going to give you another shout out. Galuigi is an incredible game streamer and does one-woman musical medleys, which are not to be missed. So please go give her a follow. All right, So I'm gonna sign. I could just sign it right here in the flame. I'm gonna sign on this rock. I feel like kind of a dirtbag teenager, like tagging my name on a rock at a campsite. Like I might as well carve this into a picnic table. James Kuo, 2021. Okay, so let me see. So here's the completed drawing. Let's just take a look at the whole thing. I think this came out pretty well. Oh, did you? I don't have my phone in front of me. I'm sure I'll see the spamming later. This came out pretty alright. Oh, I remember I wanted to do like a little bit of like white here to show like some steam coming up from the pot. I just break up that line a little bit. Okay. Now we really are done. So I'm going to go to this chat screen. Thanks everybody for being here. Nice to see those Quodamas. Here's how the piece turned out. I'll be posting that on all my socials. I'll put it in my Discord. Yeah, if you guys enjoyed the stream, please hit the follow button so you can get announcements for when I go live. I should look for someone to... I should keep this raid going. So who over here is streaming? Let me see. I think I'm gonna raid Fluffletown. So here we go. Raid Fluffletown. Start raid. Okay, so that's gonna start in 8, 7, 6. This is like live cams on rabbits. Thank you so much for being here. Bye bye.